The sharp screech of tires shattered the joyful laughter at Posfield Park. A sleek black car barreled onto the grass. The car door flung open, and out leapt a menacing dog with piercing yellow eyes. Before anyone could react, the dog charged toward Tiny.
"You're coming with me, furball,"
he growled. Tiny froze, his tiny paws trembling. Mia's protective instincts kicked in, and she lunged at the dog, claws bared. The clash was intense, but brief. The dog, larger and stronger, swatted Mia aside. She stumbled, hitting her head on a sharp stone. Blood trickled down her forehead as she crumpled to the ground, with the kitten squirming in his grip. The dog barked.
"Let's go."
The car sped away, leaving behind a scene of chaos and heartbreak. Despite her pain, Mia managed to reach for her phone with a trembling paw. She dialed her husband, Officer Leo, a seasoned police cat known for his sharp mind and bravery.
"Leo,"
she whispered weakly.
"They took Tiny, a black car, scarred dog, Posfield Park."
Her voice faded as she slipped into unconsciousness. Officer Leo's heart sank as he heard the faint, desperate plea. "Hold on, Mia, I'll bring our kitten back," he vowed, his claws digging into the floor. Unbeknownst to him, this was no ordinary abduction, it was personal, and the motives behind it were far darker than he could imagine. Leo raced to Posfield Park, his police car's siren cutting through the evening air. His heart pounded as he spotted Mia lying motionless near the playground. Paramedics were already tending to her, their faces grim.
"She's stable but unconscious,"
one medic said.
"She's lucky she managed to call you."
Leo gently brushing her fur.
"Mia, I'll bring Tiny back, I promise."
He stood, his claws unsheathing as his mind shifted to the scarred dog. That face, it stirred a memory. A notorious gang leader, Shadow, had vanished years ago after Leo took down his illegal pet ring. Could this be revenge? Leo's police radio crackled.
"Officer Leo, a witness saw a black car speeding toward the industrial district. No plates."
"That's him."
Leo growled. He jumped into his patrol car, determination etched into his face. As he neared the industrial district, shadows loomed over the abandoned warehouses. The area was eerily quiet, except for faint whimpers coming from one of the buildings. It was Tiny. Leo parked quietly, creeping toward the sound. Inside, Shadow paced with Tiny locked in a cage.
"Your dad ruined everything, kid.
Shadow muttered.
Now he'll know what it feels like to lose."
Leo's blood boiled. He pressed his radio.
"Backup en route, but I'm going in. Shadow's mine."
Secretly, he slipped into the warehouse, his sharp eyes scanning the dimly lit space. Stacks of rusted crates and flickering lights created eerie shadows, but his focus was on the cage in the center where Tiny was huddled. Trembling, Shadow paced nearby, muttering to himself.
"Years of planning, and now it's perfect. Leo will pay for ruining me."
Leo crept closer, his claws silent against the cold floor.
"You made a big mistake coming after my family, Shadow."
His voice cut through the silence like a knife. Shadow froze, his scarred face twisting into a sinister grin.
"Leo, I knew you'd come."
He stepped forward, his massive frame blocking the cage.
"But you're too late. You'll never see your kitten again."
Leo didn't wait for a monologue. With lightning speed, he lunged, catching Shadow off guard. The two clashed, a whirlwind of claws and teeth. Shadow was strong, but Leo was fueled by rage and love for his son. The fight tipped over crates, shattered pipes, and filled the air with growls. Finally, Leo landed a decisive blow, pinning Shadow to the ground.
"You're done, Shadow."
Leo hissed. His claws pressed against the dog's throat. He secured Shadow with handcuffs just as backup arrived. Officers surrounded the scene, taking the dog into custody. Leo rushed to the cage, breaking the lock. Tiny leapt into his arms, tears streaming down his tiny face.
"Dad, I was so scared."
"You're safe now, Tiny.
Leo said, holding him close.
No one will ever hurt you again."